Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steve Kerr's disappointing reaction after Klay Thompson made late-game mistake. Steve Kerr's dismay after Klay Thompson's late-game error. Steve Kerr's reaction following Klay Thompson's late-game mistake against the Los Angeles Clippers has sparked disappointment and concern among fans and analysts alike. As the Golden State Warriors fought to maintain their lead in a tightly contested game, Thompson's decision to foul Russell Westbrook with just 39 seconds remaining raised eyebrows and ultimately sealed their fate in a 130-125 loss. Kerr, visibly animated on the sidelines, expressed disbelief at Thompson's intentional foul, emphasizing that it was not part of the team's strategy at that critical moment. The Warriors, down by 3 points with limited time left, were aiming to defend without fouling, giving themselves a chance to tie the game if they secured a stop and a rebound. The loss against the Clippers marked a disappointing end to Golden State's 5-game win streak, punctuating a game in which they relinquished a commanding 15-point lead. This defeat was particularly frustrating given the Warriors' recent strong defensive performances, which had contributed to their success in previous games. However, in the face of mounting losses, including several instances where significant leads were squandered, the team finds itself slipping in the Western Conference standings, a trend that Kerr acknowledges with concern. Despite the disappointing outcome, individual performances stood out, notably Stephen Curry's historic night with 41 points and Brandon Podziemski's impressive contribution of 25 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds off the bench. Podziemski's resilience and versatility were evident throughout the game, even in the face of physical altercations with opposing players. Looking ahead, Kerr remains determined to address the team's defensive lapses and regain momentum as they navigate a challenging stretch of the season. With the loss to the Clippers serving as a wake-up call, the Warriors are focused on regrouping and learning from their mistakes to ensure a stronger performance in future games. Stephen Curry addresses LeBron James trade rumors. Stephen Curry addressed the recent rumors surrounding the Golden State Warriors' reported attempt to trade for Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James. Following the Warriors' loss to the Los Angeles Clippers, Curry shared his perspective on the matter, expressing little surprise at the speculation. Curry emphasized that it's not uncommon for NBA teams to explore potential trade opportunities, especially around the trade deadline. He noted that while such discussions might not always lead to actual deals, they are a standard part of the front office's evaluation process. Regarding the specific inquiry about LeBron James, Curry admitted that while he wasn't privy to the details of the conversations, it wasn't unexpected for the Warriors to explore the possibility. Although no blockbuster deal materialized between the Warriors and Lakers, Curry acknowledged the significance of the team's interest in James, particularly as the NBA approaches the offseason. With James holding a significant player option for the 2024-25 season, there's speculation that he could opt for free agency, presenting potential opportunities for teams like the Warriors to pursue him. The prospect of LeBron James joining forces with Stephen Curry, widely regarded as one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, is intriguing. Despite both players having competed fiercely against each other in 4 NBA Finals, the idea of them teaming up to pursue a championship adds an intriguing dynamic to the league's landscape. While it remains uncertain whether such a partnership will come to fruition, the mere speculation surrounding it highlights the ongoing intrigue and speculation that characterizes the NBA offseason. For now, fans and analysts alike will continue to speculate about the potential outcomes of such rumors and their implications for the future of both franchises. He's not even better than Kevin Durant. Steph Curry called mere nice shooter an outrageous take from NBA analyst. Mad Dog does not have Steph Curry in his top 5 list, shares controversial opinion. In the NBA, one of the most talked about topics is the GOAT conversations. Everyone in the NBA world has their own opinions about the greatest players and who is on their top 5 or top 10 lists. Hence, naturally when an analyst expresses their opinion it certainly becomes a topic of discussion. Mad Dog Russo recently on ESPN's First Take show shared his opinion on the inclusion of Stephen Curry in his top 5 list. After being asked if Curry is in Russo's top 5 list, he said he doesn't. He said he cannot make him top 5 if he has Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. He continued by saying that he has not even mentioned Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, and Shaquille O'Neal, who would be the next on his list. But what caught people's attention was what he said next. He said, he's not even better than Kevin Durant. And I have to put Durant in the top 10. He's a nice shooter. Nobody's arguing with that. Stephen A. Smith was shocked at Mad Dog's take. Steph Curry is considered the greatest shooter that this game has seen and one of the best point guards ever. Being a 4-time champion and MVP in the past, based on the impact he has had on the game, it is disrespectful to call Curry just a nice shooter. Mad Dog Russo does not think Steph Curry is the best point guard. Back in August, Steph Curry made a bold statement and called himself the greatest point guard ever. This sparked debates in the NBA world. The opinions were divided as some agreed with Curry and others completely disagreed and claimed that Earvin Magic Johnson was the greatest point guard of all time. Mad Dog Russo belonged to the second category. He said Curry is not even in the same discussion. He is a wonderful shooter but not on the same level as Johnson when it comes to other point guard abilities. That is blasphemy to put him in Magic Johnson's category. Magic Johnson, you could argue, is a top 3 player in the history of the National Basketball Association. When it comes to stats, Magic Johnson's rebounding, passing, and stealing stands out. Curry's average in points is better than Johnson's. Steph might be the greatest shooter of all time, but being the greatest point guard of all time might be arguable. Warriors tried to acquire LeBron James at NBA trade deadline, per report. In one of the most shocking what-if scenarios at the NBA trade deadline, the Golden State Warriors tried to acquire Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James last Thursday, as first reported by ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski and Ramona Shelburne. The Warriors and Lakers owners reportedly had clandestine conversations at the 11th hour prior to the trade deadline, but in the end, Los Angeles wasn't willing to explore a potential deal package. Warriors owner Joe Lacob initiated the trade talks by reaching out to Lakers owner Jeannie Buss to inquire whether James's apparent public frustration could be interpreted as an opening to discuss a trade. Late last month, James made some blunt comments about the state of the Lakers, who were hovering around .500 at the time. Buss told Lacob the Lakers had no intention of trading James. However, Buss, who had her star player's interests at heart, also said she would consult with James's agent, Rich Paul, to get James's thoughts on the matter. On the eve of the trade deadline, Paul told Lacob and Warriors general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. that James wanted to remain a Laker. The Warriors' ownership's pursuit of James wasn't spurred by a front office whim either. Lacob apparently was encouraged by Warriors star Draymond Green to inquire about the 4-time NBA champion's availability. Green, who is also represented by Paul, sent the agent a text on Wednesday, the day before the deadline, asking him to convince James to come to Golden State. Despite Lacob's and Dunleavy's failed last-second pursuit of James, the Warriors tested the waters and got a straightforward answer from James's representation on where the Lakers star stands. Golden State may have to look elsewhere to find solutions to revitalize its fading dynasty, and the lofty dream of pairing James and Stephen Curry will have to wait. Neither the Lakers, 29-26, nor Warriors, 26-25, made any blockbuster moves at the deadline, and they currently sit in 9th and 10th place, respectively, in the Western Conference. James, who signed a 2-year, $97.1 million contract extension in 2022 and has a $51.4 million player option for the 2024-25 season, is expected to return to the Lakers in the offseason. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation about LeBron James? Leave your opinion in the comments.